Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Explorer channel. Today we're going to take a brief overview at Beefy Finance, one of the best, if not the best, yield aggregators across DeFi. As you can see, they have a new option here, which is their own concentrated liquidity management, concentrated, right? So you see the pun here that they did. We are not going to dive into that in here. This is just going to be a brief overview showcasing the basics of the protocol because this is a more recent feature, and apart from that, they still have plenty of yield farming options here. They are a yield aggregator. What is that? Basically, you can see all of these here are yield farming positions that you can deposit your funds into. So if you care to browse through it, they even have plenty of filters here. You can select by chain, you can sort everything by safety, TVL, daily, APY, etc. Overall, plenty of filters to cater to you all of these yield farming options. And they're pretty handy just because of that, because they sort of hand things out to you in a platter. You pick and choose through them and you see what serves you the best. So basically that's what we're going to take a look at here. But let's jump into DeFi Llama real fast to see how it stands compared with competition. So these are all the yield aggregator protocols listed on DeFi Llama. They compose $1.7 billion, actually over that. And in terms of TVL, Beefy is the third, but what makes it shine above anything else, I believe, in my opinion, it's that they have a very broad offer when it comes to chains. So 26 chains. There's very few protocols that come near to that. You can see all the top ones here. They have one, they have three, five here with Badger, DAO, but mostly they all pale in comparison. There's a cryptos with 17 chains, but still pretty far from what DeFi Llama offers. They also have their own token worth over $300 right now, even considering that they are very far from all-time highs. Believe it or not, they had over $1 billion locked in TVL in the last bull run, and their token obviously was much higher priced than it is today. And although we are already in a bull run right now, this bull run has different characteristics than whatever we have seen in the recent or not so recent past in DeFi. So you can see back then in 2021, they had an all-time high of at around over $1 billion, like I told you. So pretty mind-blowing, right? Currently, the TVL is very, very far from that. So the potential for appreciation of the token, especially, it's super, super high. Although you don't have to be invested in the token itself, they're currently worth per Beefy $347. Back at all-time high, they were worth around $3K per token. So plenty of margin still for the token to grow, reach all-time high, or still even past that. And basically, there's also going to be pros and cons when operating with Beefy. So let's talk a little bit about that. Now, regarding the pros, as you can see here on the protocol info, Beefy just automates yield farming, makes DeFi easy, safe, and efficient for everyone involved. The difference between operating with Beefy or doing it yourself is just that Beefy auto compounds everything for you. So it's specifically designed for token pairs that you are okay holding long term, if you are bullish on those. This protocol will help you grow your bag with further efficiency. How? Because they operate with something called scale economy. So let's take this example here on OP Network Velodrome DEX. You see the TVL for the specific pool USDC wrapped stake ETH in Beefy overall has over $500,000 locked in through Beefy. On lower sized lettering here, you will see it's 2.5 million. So overall, the TVL, the liquidity for this protocol on Velodrome is 2.5 million, from which over this $500,000 is through Beefy. So you can see already how much Beefy is used and how big of a thing it is, which also grants them partnerships because they're so popular and they bring so much liquidity, and protocols don't hesitate when it comes to partnering with them. And since their own TVL is so high, what's going to happen is that they operate with scale economy. So whenever they're compounding, you pay a fraction of the fees than you would if you would go yourself manually on Velodrome, on OP, and deposit into this same pool. And this is true for every yield farming pool that they have here. They also have the zap function. That's not something available for every pair specifically, but there are some who do have that, which makes it extra easy for you to enter a protocol. Zap is a really cool feature and basically makes everything super easy for you. So one of the pros is that, and also the fact that you don't have to manually compound. You save time, you save in gas because of scale economy. Those are pretty handy things, especially if you're wanting to grow your position in a specific pair. It's going to be hands off, you're going to save time, you're going to save money, but Beefy will take their cut, and rightfully so, because they're going to take a percentage of your profits from the fees generated to pay for the service they're providing. That's going to be a con. That's what they charge for the service. But overall, I think the benefits outweigh the cons, and then you'll see your bag growing through time. You won't have to worry all that much about impermanent loss, because you only realize impermanent loss when you sell, when you opt out of a position. And if you're holding long term, if you're waiting for your bag to grow over time, Beefy will hand out to you. That's why they have APY and not APR. So APY relates to this position constantly compounding, although because they are based on past metrics, so don't rely on this 100%. But overall, that's what they do. They compound your profits, your fees into your position. And if you click the token, you will see how the pair is behaving. You see the total TVL, you see the APY, you see the daily percentage. These will also fluctuate, obviously. You have the historical rate. You can sort this out by APY, TVL, or even price. So plenty of info here. The LP breakdown will give you almost in real time the composition of the pool. So right now it's 50-50. That leads me to think they had just compounded. See, yeah, compounded last harvest was 7 minutes ago. And if you want to take profits at any time, since you cannot collect the fees, what you can do is that you will have to withdraw a specific percentage of the liquidity position that you have provided. When you come to deposit also, since this has the ZAP position, you can select the specific token that you want to provide liquidity with. It can even be something which is not in the pool. So right now we're looking at the ETH Ghost pool, but you can see that you can select anything else here on the list. So plenty of options. And in this case, for this specific pool, they even have an insurance by open cover. They give you further breakdown of the specific pool with the safety score, the pros and cons to it. This specific one has a low complexity strategy. There's high expected impermanent loss, medium market capitalization, average volatility asset, platform audited by trusted reviewer, project contracts verified. On how it works, they give you all of the things working behind the scenes so that you have a better understanding of how everything is running. The strategy, the same thing, asset details. So even if you're not looking to provide liquidity, they are a really cool tool for you to just check metrics historically, check the assets, if they have audits. So overall, they are very handy if you're interested in choosing a pool, because you can even use Beefy for that. You can check their menu, you can see if there's something very juicy, and you can even go yourself manually to specific pools as they have it here, super easy for you to check what's happening, what DEX is, what blockchain is, what pair is. And right now I'm on mobile, so if you're on PC, you might have a little different interface, like showing all the blockchains that they're having available, for example, but there's plenty of filters. So you can select here by chains, select the ones that you want to show and filter all the rest out of it. You can see there's overall 662 vaults currently. You can choose to sort these out for anything in between date, wallet deposited. Usually I sort these out by daily if you're looking for the highest rewarding pools. Right now Sone USDBC, it's providing almost 1% a day, but bear in mind also that in this specific case, this is more of a side note, but Sone, I believe they have been exploited a couple of days ago. So don't ape into anything, even if it's listed here on Beefy. Do your own research always, all times, all right? And here on the side you have the menu. So right now you're looking at vaults. You can select dashboard to manage your current investments. They have their own DAO with proposals, treasury. You'll also be able to check their docs, news on their blog, audits, they have plenty of those. So these are all the audits they have been releasing. You see, they've been around since 2020, and since then they have delivered so many audits. They're constantly auditing their protocols. Partners will show you all of the protocols they have partnered with so far. Plenty of well-known names across DeFi, and this is already an assessment of how credible and popular Beefy is. And they have their own platform for buying crypto, so you can buy crypto directly here on Beefy, and you can also bridge with their own bridge. So they have plenty of tools. Other than being a simple yield aggregator, they have more things. And of course, this is well thought of because operating within different chains, sometimes you want to move funds and you don't have to go to a third-party app. You can have everything taken care of within Beefy ecosystem, which is always a plus. And of course, this translates to the price of the token. You can see they have two tokens, Beefy and Moo Beefy. Both these tokens are integral to the platform but serve distinct purposes. In essence, while Beefy is a governance token with its own set of utilities within the Beefy Finance ecosystem, Moo Beefy is a vault token that signifies ownership in the Beefy vault. Therefore, if you are a holder of that, it entitles you to a share of the distributed incentives. So you're going to be sort of a shareholder with Beefy and gain a part of the revenue that Beefy is generating. They get a percentage of your fees. That same percentage is going to pay out to Moo Beefy holders, since Moo Beefy itself represents a share in the whole Beefy vault. So this is another way for you to earn with Beefy Finance other than taking advantage of the pools that they offer and also of their compounding mechanics. Guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. This is what I had for you for today about Beefy Finance. If you want to know more, for example, about the concentrated liquidity management, let me know in the comments. Any questions, feel free to drop them down below. Like, subscribe. Take care. You know how crazy crypto can get, and I'll see you on the next one.